Today, Deputy Terry Sweeting Mashkow, 25 years of service, 47 years old, gave her life for this community. I'll take questions.
Did any of the deputies fire their weapons at this individual, or?
Yes, I can say that the sergeant that was on scene, Deputy Tino Risby, both fired. Until we conduct our full investigation, I will not be able to tell you whether or not Deputy Terry Sweeting Mashkow fired the weapon or not.
Did the gunman have a legal right to own a handgun, or as a convicted felon he should not have had a gun?
Through our initial investigation, again, we are very early on in this investigation. We see nothing that would preclude him from having a weapon at this time.
What is the suspect's name, and then can you spell it?
Sure. The suspect's name in this case is Michael, common spelling, Halberstam, Halberstam, born in '88. Again, he is in surgery in critical condition.
Can you give the female deputy's name to spell?
Sure. Terry, Terri, Mashkow, Mashkow.
And what about the lots? Are you releasing the lots?
We are not releasing his name. We have been in contact with his family, but we are not currently releasing his name.
Why was the mother trying to evict her son?
We don't have those details yet.
The other deputies' names? Could you spell those?
Tino, Tino, it's actually Florida Tino Arizpe, Arizpe.
And the other deputies?
Sergeant Barlos was on scene. He's the civil sergeant. He was there on scene. First sergeant. Sergeant Gary Barlos was on scene.
Were they all taken to Longwood?
Yes, they were taken to Longwood, yes.
Sheriff, how often do your deputies encounter confrontation or violence when just doing civil process service?
You know, they encounter people who are in distress. That's not unusual. An eviction is a very tense moment. Many times it's handled before they ever get there, and it becomes a commonplace call. But on occasion, they do encounter somebody who is in distress, and they have resources, and they work through those things. This is not a situation where a person would ever be expected to start shooting indiscriminately at these deputies. And just a terrible scene out there. Our team is going to be on scene for quite some time. It is it's the entire house is our crime scene. And of course, as you can imagine, our entire team has been activated. Our STAR team, our peer support team, we have local mental health resources helping our team. I want to thank you to all the sheriffs that's reached out to me, all the law enforcement leaders, Lieutenant Governor. I've heard from pretty much everybody today. And I want to thank them all for their concern, for reaching out to us. Our team, our honor guard team, will be transporting Terry. And obviously, as we have more information on this case, we will come back before we will put out as much as we can. I see what.
The accused shooter, I guess, did he shoot himself as well?
We're still very early in the investigation, so I can't say. I can tell you that our deputies did fire at him, and he has been struck multiple times. And I'm assuming that it's our deputies that have made those shots, but I can't say for sure.
The mom,
the investigation will do that.
and the mom was at the home at the time?
Mom was outside, so part of our standard eviction process would be to have anybody else that's involved go outside of the residence. So she was outside when it all occurred.
And so nobody else was in the house except for the
Nobody
shooter?
else except for the shooter was inside of the residence.
What is your overall reaction to this tragedy, Sheriff?
I'm absolutely heartbroken. I've worked my entire career with Terry, and as have pretty much everybody else at the agency. We don't have a lot of people who have been there beyond that time. 25 years is a long time. Having to call her mom today, having to let her husband know, absolutely the worst part of being a law enforcement leader. I can tell you that our team will feel this forever. Terry was an amazing deputy. She had a beautiful heart, and she will be missed. Thank you guys. We'll be back in touch when we have more information. Thank you.
All right, right now we're getting back to that breaking news. You just heard from Sheriff Eric Flowers with the He's the sheriff for the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. Heavy news in this breaking news right now. We are learning much more as you're taking an aerial view of that Bermuda Club residence. It's crime scene taped off right now. This is just off A1A in Indian River County, just outside the Vero Beach city limits. What we have learned is that 47-year-old sheriff's deputy Terry Mashkow, 25 years experience with the sheriff's office, has died as a result of this shooting today. Also, another deputy shot in the shoulder. A locksmith on the scene shot in critical condition right now. The deputy I just mentioned shot. We're getting information more on his condition, or his or her condition. The suspect, just breaking out of this news conference in Indian River County, suspect's name is Michael Halberstam. He is in surgery right now in critical condition. This deputy involved shooting. Apparently, that what the information is that we have, and from the sheriff that he just delivered at a news conference there in Indian River Shores at the Public Safety Department, is that an eviction notice was being served on Halberstam. His mother had called the authorities at least 7 times, and eventually leading to this eviction notice that was being delivered today, at which point Deputy Mashkow, along with another deputy, a locksmith, and sheriff's office personnel on the scene approached that residence. Shots fired out at some point between Halberstam and the deputies. We're getting more information about who had hit Halberstam with a gunshot, but we do know, just want to reiterate, and obviously, you know, the thoughts go out to the family of 47-year-old Terry Mashkow, a 25-year Indian River County Sheriff's Office employee, had worked her way up through the ranks, according to Sheriff Eric Flowers, who you just heard from, shot and killed today by a suspect as they were serving an eviction notice. Right now at Lawnwood Regional Medical Center, a level 2 trauma center, the locksmith involved and those involved with this are being treated. We have heard from the sheriff that the locksmith involved is in critical condition. Still a very large law enforcement presence, not only at that scene, that aerial view, but there at the hospital. We have seen, according to our Ethan Stein, who got there to the scene, gathering information for WPTV News, saying there was a large law enforcement presence, not just from the Indian River County Sheriff's Office, but from Fort Pierce Police, other Sheriff's Office, EMS personnel, paying their respects and just there in not only condolences, but in support. Again, on your left-hand side of your screen, if you're just joining us here on WPTV News at 12:15, the breaking news just north of Vero Beach in Indian River County. At that residence right there, according to the Sheriff Eric Flowers of Indian River County, an eviction notice was being served at that residence to a suspect, Michael Halberstam. And at some point, an altercation occurred where he fired shots. There was a deputy involved shooting. Shots were exchanged, and 47-year-old deputy Terry Mashkow shot and killed. Others taken to the hospital, Lawnwood Regional Medical Center there.